Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And we're taking a look at a 2022 film which I just watched a couple of days ago. When I watched the trailers, I thought this could be a really fun movie, and for the most part, it was actually fun to watch and funny at the same time. But by the end, I was wondering, this doesn't really do much for me in terms of being memorable and all those things. I am not really sure if I can. I'm actually struggling to find a rating for this movie, but I will give it one at the end. I am talking about The Lost City, as you can see from the title. 2022 film, romantic, adventurous kind of movie which stars Sandra Bullock, and you also have, keep forgetting the guy's name, sorry, Channing Tatum. You've got you've got a villainous Daniel Radcliffe, and you've got a cameo appearance from Brad Pitt, who basically steals the, kind of like, he actually steals the movie, to be honest. His appearance is actually the most memorable part of the entire film, and he's only in it for a little bit. I hope you like my new bottle for water. It's called the Solara, and it's actually quite nice. Yeah, so a 1 liter bottle. Now, basically, Sandra Bullock plays this author named Loretta Sage. She's kind of like in a slump because a few years ago her husband had passed away. He was an archaeologist. She writes romance adventure novels based on a fictionalized version of herself called Dr. Angela Lovemore, and the love interest for the novels is portrayed on the covers and in book signings and book shows. Dash McMahon, I believe that's how you pronounce it, McMahon, played by the cover model Alan Caprison, and her publisher Beth Hatton wants her to do another book tour with him, but she's not really feeling it. She's actually thinking she doesn't want to do this anymore. She's struggling to write books. She is kidnapped by funnily named Abigail Fairfax, who's a billionaire, and he realizes that Loretta has been writing a lot about her. It's actually based on her adventures with her now deceased husband. I don't know how he died. I don't really think they actually mentioned that in the movie. Her husband, like I mentioned, was an archaeologist. So he had apparently thought to have found the lost city on a remote Atlantic island, and he's convinced that there's a priceless treasure there. So basically, he wants her to try and find, using some of the maps that he's found, find the location to untold treasure, right? Okay, and now because Dash basically sees her being kidnapped, he's out to rescue her. He actually has got feelings for her, and of course, as you can probably guess, towards the end of the movie, she's found her new love in him. So I'm not going to say the rest of the stuff only, but yeah, Brad Pitt, amazing cameo. This is what you call by a memorable cameo. Like I said, even now, a couple of days later, I'm actually remembering him as being the star of the movie rather than the other two. Not that Sandra Bullock does a bad job, but she does seem at times to be going through the motions. And I've never been a big Channing Tatum fan. What's her name? Channing Tatum fan. And I wasn't the biggest Brad Pitt fan for a very long time, but now it's changed quite a bit over the last several years. And he plays this kind of guru, as well as a former, what is he basically? He's a human tracker, action man, and a yoga instructor. So apparently he had actually, and his name is Jack Trainer, and he is a trainer. So he was a former Navy SEAL turned CIA operative, and he basically will, agrees to come and try to help him. But we think he gets killed. However, he manages to stay alive, because even though the bullet shot him in the head and the brain, and there's some brain matter, he actually does survive. So we see it at the end of the movie as well. And so all I'm going to say the rest about is all these adventures take place. They're able to find the place. They escape. They get caught. She gets caught again. Finally they are able to see that the treasure is actually not treasure. It's the love between oh yeah, who were the two people from some queen and her lover. So he apparently used to give her these seashells, red seashells gathered by him as a symbol of her love, and so they were buried together, and that's basically what they actually find. Daniel Radcliffe actually, for a funny role, he actually does play a kind of like evil henchman. He not henchman, evil villain kind of role. Actually, not bad. But like I said, it's Brad Pitt who actually I remember for the rest of the movie. There is the other actress. Sorry, the character play Beth Hatton, who's the publisher of Loretta, and she's played by Divine Joy Randolph. She is terrible. I don't get these loud characters who are like they're screaming most of the time, and are they supposed to be funny? I don't know, but yeah. Like for example, what's the guy's name? Kevin Hart. I can't stand him. I can't stand. What's a guy who's the the biggest mouth? Sorry, fastest mouth in the West. The guy who's in. Sorry, not Dave Chappelle. What's the other guy's name? The guy who's in Rush Hour. That guy. I can't stand him as well. So yeah, those kind of loudmouth people. I can't. They just scream all the time, and they're supposed to be funny. Sorry, she's not as loud as either of them. But yeah, I can't stand her either. To me, she was actually the down. What do you call it? The downer of the group, because I hated it whenever they tried to focus on her. And there's a guy called Oscar Nunez who plays Oscar, an eccentric cargo plane pilot, who excuse me joins them and helps what's her name Beth to actually find the location of Loretta and Dash. So yeah, ideally they get together at the end. So that's basically some spoilers, yeah, but yeah, actually I did spoil the entire thing. So yeah, it's pretty new. I don't know how well it did at the box office. It says budget of 68 million and it made 181.5 million at the box office. Theatrical and home release might have been good. I watched it on streaming, and critical response 78% liked it. 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb, I guess, or on Rotten Tomatoes. I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's nothing to scream about, but it's still okay for a dull afternoon adventure. Sorry, I'm having a little trouble. I think I've got heartburn kind of stuff. Anyway, that's it. That's my review for The Lost City. Wasn't that great, but still is okay. Thank you. Bye bye.